Hey guys, Mike here from BD Outdoors. Today I want to talk to you about fluorocarbon and monofilament. So growing up, monofilament was king. Every reel I had was filled with monofilament. As time passed on, we were introduced to braid, which has been a great product. It's stronger, thinner in diameter, you can fit more on your spool, it doesn't break down as much as monofilament. So now we are on the braid train. But braid and monofilament are not very invisible in the water, and our Southern California fishery is extremely finicky, especially when it comes to these bigger bluefin tuna. So thanks to Seaguar, we have a range of different fluorocarbons. Now I want to talk to you real quick about what fluorocarbon is. So it's a completely different animal than monofilament. It has a different chemical composure. Monofilament suspends, fluorocarbon sinks. Fluorocarbon is extremely abrasion resistant. It is UV resistant. It does not absorb water like monofilament does. In the end, what you're getting is a product that is also much more invisible. It's basically invisible underwater, where monofilament really stands out. So a superior product to attach to our modern age braid. Seaguar has 3 different kinds of fluorocarbons that I really want to touch on and where they really excel in our fishery. First one, for me, my favorite would be Gold Label. This stuff is a game changer, at least for me. It is extremely pliable. It cinches down really well when making a knot. So when you hook a sardine that is just a few inches long, you can imagine that sardine is not very strong. If you have a material that's pliable, it's going to allow that sardine to kind of swim and bend that fluorocarbon, thus acting a lot more naturally in the water. Versus if you had some heavy monofilament on there, it's going to be a lot more rigid because monofilament has memory. So it has coils from being on your spool, similar to wire, has kind of a memory once it's been sitting on your spool. So my go-to fluorocarbon for bait and any kind of finicky scenario would be Gold Label. It is just the new standard of what you should be using when connecting to braid. From there, we have Fluoro Premier. This is my all-around product that I have tied on 24/7. I use this for topwater lures, I use this for baits, I use this just basically in any scenario. I tap into the gold when things get finicky, but this is my kind of everyday workhorse. It also has great abrasion resistance, very invisible in the water, kind of a middle ground between the next one and Gold Label that I'm going to show you. Blue Label is the strongest out of the 3 when you're comparing per pound. This 50-pound is a bit stronger. It's also a little bit more visible, and it's also way more abrasion resistance. So where I use the application of the Blue Label is if I am fishing around structure, if I am fishing a nighttime bite for bluefin where visibility is not as important, but you want to make sure that those toothy critters don't get a hold of your line and chafe it up. So Blue Label is really there to be the strongest out of the 3 and the most abrasion resistant. It is not the most invisible, but you have 2 other options in there to kind of bridge the gap. So I would suggest having all 3 on board. Acclimate to what the scenario is and what the fishery is doing. If you need to be stealthier, Gold Label. Fishing basics, so lures, baits, your basic scenario is the Fluoro Premier, and then that nighttime bite or that structure fishing is your Blue Label. I hope that helps, and get out there, try them, let us know. Shoot us a comment down below. Come back to bdoutdoors.com for some more tricks and tips.